This is the final video in the second module. We'll be discussing minerals during pregnancy. We'll talk about iron, calcium, iodine, zinc, the importance of a well-rounded diet, how to choose a prenatal, and how to incorporate new nutrients into your diet. Iron. Iron helps carry oxygen throughout your blood. It's connected to heme in our red blood cells. And since we're constantly trying to make new red blood cells during pregnancy, it's important to make sure we're getting enough iron to help prevent anemia. Heme iron is found in meat, while non-heme iron is found in plant-based foods. Heme iron is more bioavailable than non-heme iron, which means meat-based iron is going to be used more efficiently in our bodies than plant-based ones. So if you're only getting your iron from plant-based sources, you might need to get a little extra. The average needs for a pregnant woman are going to be 27 milligrams per day. As you can see in this list of sources, the meat is going to be a little bit more abundant, but that doesn't mean you can't get your needs met from plant-based sources. In this list, we have spinach, broccoli, and chard. All of these sources are great, but you can also get it from things like seeds, nuts, and even sweet potatoes. Eating iron with vitamin C, especially non-heme iron, can help promote absorption. So throwing some strawberries or bell peppers in with that spinach salad might help you use that iron a little bit more effectively. Calcium. Calcium is the most abundant mineral in our body, and it's one of the main building blocks of bone. And since we're trying to build an entire new skeleton in our bellies, it's a good idea to try to focus mostly on calcium. Calcium also plays a role in our nervous synapses. A pregnant woman needs about 1,000 milligrams per day. In this list, you can see milk to be the most abundant source, but that doesn't mean you can't meet it through things like broccoli, kale, almonds, and other plant-based sources. If you want to try to get your calcium from milk, it's important that you focus on dairy milk or fortified plant-based milks. If you're trying to make your own milk at home, for instance like oat milk, there's a good chance you're not going to get quite as much calcium, and you won't want to consider that a very good source of calcium. Iodine. Iodine is used to make thyroid hormone, and since our hormone production during pregnancy increases significantly, our iodine needs increase as well, along with the need for that thyroid hormone. The needs jump to 250 micrograms per day. Scallops, seaweed, and even skim milk have some iodine in it, but if you're not one that likes seafood, there's a good chance you're not going to get the amount of iodine you need. And you should try to look for iodized salt. So if you have a preference for sea salt or Himalayan salt, you might want to switch to iodized salt while you're pregnant. Zinc. Zinc helps to reduce the risk of preterm birth and low birth weight babies. Low zinc levels have also been shown to prolong labor. The average need is about 11 milligrams per day. As you can see in this list, the chicken and beef are the most abundant sources of zinc. And so if you are vegan or vegetarian, you might need to work a little bit extra hard to get the zinc you need. The micronutrients I mentioned in this module are of course very important, and they're a bit harder to get in the average American diet. But that doesn't mean that there aren't many other micronutrients that are also important to get to keep baby and mom healthy. So it's important to keep a balanced diet with a variety of different fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and protein sources to ensure you're getting all those nutrients you need. A prenatal is a great way to ensure that you're getting those micronutrients just in case your diet isn't quite up to snuff. Whole food is always going to be the best way since our body processes it, absorbs it, and utilizes it a bit more efficiently, but a prenatal is going to help support you during this vulnerable time. Some nutrients you want to look for in a prenatal include calcium, vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin A, iron, folic acid, zinc, iodine, choline, and DHA. It might be a little harder to find choline and DHA in some prenatals, so you might want to consider a second supplement unless you feel like you're getting adequate amounts in your diet. The USP label can also be helpful since supplements are not very closely monitored by our government. The USP label helps let us know that there's at least some standard to which the supplement is living up to. How should you incorporate these new nutrients into your diet? Of course, food first if possible. It is hard during pregnancy though, whenever you might feel nauseous, or it might just be hard to get enough food down. So making sure that you have that prenatal is a great boost. Adding food to your diet instead of restricting others is also helpful, since it's hard to cut out very much, especially whenever you might have cravings and some of your favorite foods that you feel like you might consider not to be the most beneficial for you. If you have a hard time getting some of these fruits and vegetables down, don't feel like you have to eat them straight either. Make sure you try seasonings, sauces, dressings, anything to make it a little bit more appetizing. Just because you add some ranch on that salad doesn't mean that it's going to take away any of the nutrients that already exist in that salad. And eat the rainbow, and that's not Skittles, it's all the different kinds of fruits and vegetables. If you're trying to get all the different colors of the rainbow, there's a good chance you're getting all the different kinds of minerals, vitamins, and other nutrients that you need. At the bottom of this module, there's some other supplementary resources for you to use.